Good day, class. I am Miss Jane Clarin R. Reyes, your teacher in Mathematics 9. Today I will discuss about proportion and application of fundamental theorems of proportionality. But before we proceed, let us have a short prayer. Father God, come be with us today. Fill our hearts with joy. Fill our mind with learning. Fill our classroom with peace. Fill our lesson with fun. Fill our friendship with kindness. Fill our school with love. Amen. Okay, again, good day, class. Today we will have our milk, or the most essential learning competency, which is describe proportion, apply fundamental theorems of proportionality to solve problems involving proportion. Yesterday, we've discussed on how to solve problems involving kite. Do you have any question about it? Okay, very good. None so far. Since you have no question, let us have an activity entitled Express Me. Let me read the instruction first. The instruction here is express the following as ratio. As you can remember, ratio is used to compare two or more quantities. For example, we have 5 pesos is to 10 candies. We will write it as 5 colon 10 or as fraction as 5 over 10. Did you get it? Okay, let us proceed with the activity. Here are the questions. Number 1, 2 blue pens to 41 red pens. Number 2, 3 Rolex to 7 Seiko watch. Number 3, 25 shampoo to 9 conditioners. Number 4, 7 years to 1.5 decades. And number 5, a century to a decade. I will give you 5 minutes to answer this one. Do you have any question? Okay, none. Let us start the activity. Timer starts now. Are you done answering the activities? Okay, now let us check. Number 1, we have 2 blue pens to 41 red pens. We will write it as 2 colon 41 or 2 over 41. Very good. Next, we have 3 Rolex to 7 Seiko watch. We will write it as 3 colon 7 or 3 over 7. Next, 25 shampoo to 9 conditioner. We will write it as 25 colon 9 or 25 over 9. Next, 7 years to 1.5 decades. Well, we all know that 1 decade is 10 years. So, 1.5 decades is equivalent to 15 years. So, 7 colon 15 or 7 over 15. And number 5, we have a century to a decade. Answer, 100 years is equal to 1 century and 10 years is equal to 1 decade. So, we have 100 colon 10 and 100 over 10. Do you have any question regarding our activity? None so far. Again, who can define ratio? Ratio is used to compare two or more quantities, and it can be written using colon or as a fraction. Since you have no question about the last activity, let us have another activity. This activity is entitled Are They Proportional? Let me read the instruction first. Identify if the given pair of pictures are proportional. The first picture represents 2 pears and 3 apples, and the second picture represents 10 pears and 15 apples. Are they proportional? That's right. They are proportional. Who can explain why are they proportional? Yes, very good. You explained it well. We can determine if the ratio are proportional by using cross multiplication property. Let us try. We have the given 2 pears and 3 apples and 10 pears and 15 apples. Let us convert them into ratio. We have 2 over 3 and 10/15. We can prove that the two ratios are proportional if they are equal. Let us now use the cross multiplication property. We will now multiply the first numerator to the second denominator. 2 times 15 is 30. Then write the equal sign. And 3 times 10 is also 30. So we have 30 equals 30. So we then prove that the two ratios are proportional. Do you have any question regarding it? None so far. Okay, let us have number 2. In the first picture, we have 4 pens and 6 pencils. And in the second picture, we have 15 pens and 10 pencils. Are they proportional? That's right. They are not proportional. Now, who can explain why they are not proportional? Yes? Very good. Let us check his solution. He have here 4/6 and 15/10. By using cross multiplication method, we will multiply 4 times 10, which is equal to 40, and 6 times 15, which is equal to 90. Since 40 is not equal to 90, they are not proportional. Do you have any question or clarification regarding the second example? Okay, let us proceed with number 3. We have here a dog wherein his head measures 10 and his body measures 20. And the other dog wherein his face measures 15 and his body measures 30. Are they proportional? Yes, they are proportional. Let us check. 10/20 is equal to 15/30. Let us use cross multiplication method. 10 times 30 is 300 and 20 times 15 is also 300. Since they are equal, 300 is equal to 300, the given pictures or the given pair of pictures are proportional. Number 4, we have here triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Are they proportional? Your answer is correct. They are not proportional. Let us solve. We have here AC, which measures 34. And on the other picture, we have DE, which measures 13. Next, we have BC, which measures 32. And we have EF, which measures 14. Let us now prove that they are not proportional by using cross multiplication method. 34 times 14 is equal to 476, and 32 times 13 is 416. Since 476 is not equal to 416, the two triangles are not proportional. Do you have any clarification regarding number 3 and 4? No. Okay, let us have the last number. Number 5, we have this figure. Are they proportional? You will compare the blue triangle and the white triangle. Again, are they proportional? That's right. They are proportional. Who can explain why are they proportional? Yes? Very good. As you can see in her solution, we have the first side of the white triangle, which is 8, and the side of the blue triangle, which measures 12. Next, we have the base of the white triangle, which is 4, and the base of the blue triangle, which measures 6. Now, let us check if they are proportional. Let us use cross multiplication method again. 8 times 6 is 48, and 12 times 4 is 48. Since 48 is equal to 48, the two triangles are proportional. Again, let me ask you this question. Do you have any question regarding our activity? Do you have any clarification? Okay, none. From our activity, who can define proportion? That's correct. Proportion is the equality of two ratios. The fundamental rule in proportion is W over X is equal to Y over C, wherein X and Z is not equal to 0. Earlier, we used cross multiplication in proving if the two pictures are proportional. Cross multiplication states that if W over X is equals to Y over C, then WC is equal to X over Y, where X and C is not equal to 0. Did you know that cross multiplication is one of the properties of proportion? We have 5 properties of proportion. The first one is cross multiplication property. Second is the alteration property. Third is the inverse property. Fourth is the addition property. And last is the subtraction property. Let us discuss these 5 properties. These properties are used to solve the unknown in a proportion. Let us have an example. In this example, we have 2 pears, 3 apples, 10 pears, and X apples. In this example, we will find the unknown number of the apples. Let us try the first property, which is the cross multiplication property. Again, cross multiplication property states that if W over X is equals to Y over C, then WC is equals to XY, where X and C is not equal to 0. Let us solve for the unknown in this one. We have 2 pears over 3 apples equals 10 pears over X apple. So we have 2 over 3 equals 10 over X. By using the cross multiplication property, we will multiply the first numerator by the second denominator. 2 times X is 2X. Write the equal sign. 3 times 10 is 30. So we have here 2X equals 30. In able to eliminate 2 into X, we will divide both sides by 2. 2X divided by 2 is X, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. Let us substitute X with 15. So we have 2 over 3 equals 10 over 15. Let's cross multiply. 2 times 15 is 30, and 3 times 10 is 30. We then prove that the value of X is 15 because 30 is equals to 30 and the two ratios are proportional. Now, let us use the second property, which is the alteration property. Alteration property states that if W over X is equal to Y over C, then W over Y, which is the two numerator, is equal to X over C, which is the two denominator, where X, Y, and C is not equal to 0. Let us try to use it in our example. 2 over 3 is equals to 10 over X. What is the two numerator? We have 2 and 10. So we will have 2 over 10 equals the two denominator, which are 3 and X. So we will have 3 over X. We have here 2 over 10 is equals to 3 over X. In able to find the value of X, we will use again the cross multiplication property or the cross multiplication method. 2 times X is 2X and 3 times 10 is 30. Again, divide both sides by 2. Enable to eliminate 2 into X. So we have 2X divided by 2 is equals to X, and 30 divided by 2 is equals to 15. Again, we get the value of X as 15. Do you have any question regarding alteration property? None. Now, let us proceed with the third property, and let us see if X will become 15. Now, let us solve for X using the third property. Our third property is inverse property. Inverse property states that if W over X is equals to Y over C, then X over W, wherein the numerator becomes the denominator and the denominator becomes the numerator, is equals to C over Y, where W, X, Y, and C is not equal to 0. Let us try it in our equation. 2 over 3 is equals to 10 over X. We will have here 3 over 2 is equal to X over 10. As you can see, we just reciprocate 2 over 3 and it becomes 3 over 2. And 10 over X becomes X over 10. Now, let us solve for the value of X using cross multiplication. 3 times 10 is 30 and 2 times X is 2X. Let us divide both sides by 2. 30 divided by 2 is 15 and 2X divided by 2 is X. Now we have X is equal to 15. Since we also get the value of X as 15, we then prove that we can use inverse property in solving for the unknown in a proportion. Let us have the fourth property, which is the addition property. Again, let us have our equation 2 over 3 is equals to 10 over X. Addition property states that if W over X is equal to Y over C, then W plus X, which is the denominator, is equals to Y plus C over C, where X and C is not equal to 0. Let us try it in our equation. Here we have 2 over 3 is equals to 10 over X. Let us write 2 plus, again, what is our denominator? We have 3. We will write 3 there. Over 3 is equals to 10 plus the denominator, which is X, over X. Now let us solve. 2 plus 3 is 5 over 3 equals 10 plus X over X. Let us use the cross multiplication again. 5 times X is 5X equals 3 times 10 is 30 and 3 times X is 3X. We have 5X equals 30 plus 3X. Let us combine like terms. 5X minus 3X is equal to 30 and 5X minus 3X is 2X equals 30. Again, divide both sides by 2. 2X divided by 2 is X and 30 divided by 2 is 15. Again, we have X as 15. We then proved that we can use addition property in solving for the unknown in a proportion. Do you have any question regarding inverse property and addition property? None. Now, let us use the last property, which is subtraction property. Subtraction property states that if W over X is equals to Y over C, then W minus X, which is the denominator, over X is equals to Y minus Z over C, where X and C is not equal to 0. Let us try it in our example. Again, we have 2 over 3 is equals to 10 over X. 2 minus the denominator, which is 3 over 3, is equals to 10 minus the denominator X over X. 2 minus 3 is equal to negative 1 over 3 equals 10 minus X over X. Let us use the cross multiplication. Negative 1 times X is negative X equals 3 times 10 is 30 and 3 times negative 3X is negative 3X. We have here negative X is equals to 30 minus 3X. Again, we will combine like terms and able to find x. Negative x plus 3x equals 30. Negative x plus 3x is 2x equals 30. Again, divide both sides by 2. We will have 2x divided by 2 is x, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. Very good. Again, we get 15. So, we can use subtraction property in solving for the unknown in a proportion. Do you have any question, clarification about the 5 properties? None. Now, who can define proportion? Proportion is the equality of two ratios. Very good. Next, what is the fundamental rule in proportion? We have W over X is equals to Y over C, where X and C is not equal to 0. Next, what are the 5 properties of proportion? That's right. We have cross multiplication property, alteration property, inverse property, addition property, and subtraction property. Where can we use these 5 properties? Yes, we can use it in solving for the unknown in a proportion, or in proving if the two ratios are proportional. Very good. Again, let me ask you, do you have any question regarding proportion and its properties? None. Let us have an activity. This activity is entitled Proportion Matters. Let me read the direction first. Solve the following. Number 1. Given the figure at the right, use proportion V over T equals 9 over 4 to complete each proportion. Letter A. V over 9 is equal to, letter B, 4 over T is equal to, letter C, T over V is equal to, and letter D, V minus T over T is equal to. Number 2, find the value of X in the following proportion. Letter A, X over 21 is equal to 28 over 49. Letter B, X plus 5 over 12 is equal to 9 over 4. Letter C, X plus 4 over 6 is equal to 15 over 18. And letter D, we have 2x minus 3 over 3 is equal to 3x minus 7 over 2. I will give you 7 minutes to answer this activity. Timer starts now. Now, let us have learning task 3. This activity is entitled Choose Me. Its direction is, choose the letter of the correct answer. You will just write the letter of your correct answer in your answer sheet. Question number 1. The following describe a proportion except letter A, B, C, or D. Number 2. If M over N is equals to H over K, which of the following is not true? Letter A, N over M is equals to K over H. Letter B, Km is equals to Hn. Letter C, M over N is equals to K over H. Or letter D, M over H is equals to N over K. Number 3. Find the value of X in 5x plus 4 over 10 equals 3x over 5. Letter A, 5. Letter B, 4. Letter C, 3. Or letter D, 2. Number 4. Find the ratio of x is to y if 4x squared minus 5xy minus 5y squared is equal to 0. Here you will use your knowledge about quadratic equation, where x and y is not equal to 0. The choices are A, negative 1 is to 2 or 5 is to 2. B, 1 is to 2 or 5 is to negative 2. C, -1 is to 1 or 5 is to 4. Or letter D, 1 is to 1 or -5 is to 4. Number 5, we have the length and width of a rectangle whose perimeter is 60 cm or in the ratio of 3 is to 2. What is the area of the rectangle? Letter A, 108 square centimeter. Letter B, 216 square centimeter. Letter C, 360 square centimeters. Or letter D, 600 square centimeters. I will give you 5 minutes to answer this activity. Timer starts now. Now let us have another activity entitled Problem Solve. The instruction here is solve the following problems, show your solution. The first problem is, yesterday, there were 20 male adults, 177 children, and 111 female adults in Wawa Baywalk. What was the ratio of children to male adults? Number 2. If 3 meters of a piña cloth cost 200 pesos, how much will 9 meters of the same cloth cost? Number 3. 2,000 pesos is to be distributed among 3 members of the family. In ratio 5 is to 14 is to 21. How much greater is the largest share than the smallest share? Number 4. Kat and Danielle share 360 pesos in ratio of 4 is to 5. How much does each receive? And the last number, a teacher is 160 centimeter tall, while a girl is 120 centimeter. What is the ratio of the girl to that of the teacher? I will give you 10 minutes to answer this activity. Timer starts now. And now let us have the reflection. Instruction, complete the following statement. First, I understand that. Next is, I realize that. I will give you 2 minutes to answer the reflection. That would be our lesson for today. Okay, goodbye class. Thank you for listening.